Okay, welcome to another 10-minute tactic. My name is Michelle Hart. Today we're going to dive into 5 ways to stop stress eating. So I'll start by sharing my screen. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michelle Hart. I am a diet and detox specialist, and I help people get their health back. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So by the end of this 10-minute tactic, you're going to learn why stress is climbing at alarming rates, the consequence of too much stress in our brains and our bodies, and then 5 ways to stop stress eating and get your life back on track. And I do have a bonus. There's a meal plan that is also attached to this. So I'll get to that near the end of today's talk. So today, why is stress climbing at alarming rates? Well, it actually has been found to be starting from the COVID-19 and how it officially ended, yes, May 11th, 2023. However, according to the American Psychological Association, and one of their most recent papers, Stress in America, we haven't quite recovered from it yet. And our brains have actually been rewired into the stress mode, and it hasn't really been unpacked. And so if you look here at the screen, this is on the left here. This is what our brains are supposed to look like, unstressed, where we can actually activate a certain part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. That's like the parent of the body. This is the one that's more logical, who can think long term, okay? Who has good control with their thoughts, emotions, and actions. Then we have a stressed brain, one where they're actually operating from the back of the brain called the amygdala. This is like the child. And this is where they're very reactive and I want this now kind of thing. And this is kind of where we've stopped and where we have to kind of look at this is an actual physiological thing. Okay. And so there's some information about that here that you can read about. Really, your body feels and your mind is feeling like it's still under threat. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start to talk about this and we're going to learn how to fix this. Okay. So before we get into that, I do want to talk about if you're someone who's suffering with these coping mechanisms where you're overeating, you're overindulging, you're eating unhealthy foods when you're stressed out, and it's causing self-sabotage. It's causing weight gain. It's interfering with your sleep. It's interfering with your relationships, and it's worsening your emotional health. It's time to really turn this around. Again, we're going to parent the child. So a lot of this has to do with brain rewiring. So how are we going to do that? Well, there's going to be 5 ways that I'm going to go through right now. And what you're going to do is as I go through these, I want you to kind of unpack maybe picking one to start with and really hone in on that one so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Once you've done the one and you have another one, go to the other one after, but become a master at solving one. Okay. So, and there's a bit of pre-work here. I want you to kind of give yourself some grace. And as you go through your next few days, I want you to look at yourself like watching yourself like a movie and watching to see what are the triggers to this stress eating. Okay, what's leading up to that? You're actually creating the data. You're looking at this like a movie going, wow, this led to this. Seek to understand. Yes, and love yourself along the way. Then you have the solution and you're more empowered by doing it because you took back your control. So here is the first one out of the 5, examine what you eat. So here's the thing. When you're about to eat, are you actually hungry? Or are you bored? Are you tired? Are you irritable? Are you depressed? There is a difference. There is physical hunger and there's emotional hunger. Which one are you? So how do you know? Let's examine this. Physical hunger, grumbly stomach, a headache, lightheadedness, irritability. I know for me, it's preoccupation with food. So that's how you know you're physically actually hungry. And yes, you need to eat. However, on the flip side of this, there is emotional hunger as well. And it looks like I'm stressed, I'm angry, I'm afraid, I'm sad, or I'm lonely. These are signs of your body saying, hey, it's time to, it's emotional It's time to go inward. So we need to look at that. Now, how are we going to turn this around? If this sounds like you, we're going to find an alternative way to manage your mood, to manage your emotions. Because here's the thing, if you're so used to grabbing food, then we need to do something different. If you're overwhelmed and you're grabbing food, then I recommend you grab a piece of paper and think about this daunting task and break it up into to-do lists and put it in your calendar and do that. It's out of your brain, it's on your calendar, and you do it. Or you delete it. Maybe you don't really actually want to do that. Maybe you delegate it, you outsource, we call it. There'll be other people that probably want to do that and maybe even better than you. Yeah. And you likely may not even want to do that. And the big thing is decide, because otherwise it's like this mental exhaustion. So that's one way. The other thing is what I do is get out in nature. Like after this talk, I'm going to go do my beach walk. Yes. And it's called white walks. I don't take my phone with me. I just tap in. Nature heals. Nature is calming. Maybe you just need more nature in your life. And I recommend 1 hour a day. And then the next thing is go easy on yourself. Like, look at this like, hey, I'm going to have some fun. Look at this like an experiment. Experiment with a few actions to see what works for you. Yeah. And share it. Hey, share it on this channel. I would love that. Put it in the Facebook group. So that's number one. Number two, develop a healthy eating schedule. Maybe you don't like schedules, but actually it really helps to de-stress. Okay. The body likes to know what's coming up. And the body loves routine. Just think as a baby, how do you help baby sleep? You put them on a routine, right? Same as adults, it's the same thing. So you want to eat at the same time every day, roughly. And then you're actually going to be able to digest your foods easily because your body knows that it's coming and it will start to release the digestive enzymes, release the stomach acid, everything you need to break down your foods. So you want to eat at predictable times. Okay. How do you do that? Well, you want to be able to pick meals where you can spread them apart 4 to 5 hours. So what works for you and your lifestyle? What are your food preferences? What are your lifestyle preferences? So for example, one good one is like I eat at 10, I eat at 2, and I eat at 7. So keep those in your schedule and just plan ahead. I do have a bonus for you. Okay, you've made it this far. Stress and anxiety support meal plan. Anyone here who's watching this can comment below plan, and I will send you the meal plan that I've actually designed just for this. And what does it do? The ingredients in this meal plan can help to calm you down and also get you healthy. Okay. So it's available for you today. Just let me know. Number 3, prioritize protein. Why are we going to do that? Because protein is satiating, because protein balances your blood sugar, because protein helps you stay calm. Yeah. And it's like putting a big log in the fire. That log is soothing and it will last a long time so that you can start to do other things other than think about food all the time. Because remember, when you're stressed because you're hungry, that can lead to stress eating. So what I do find clinically is most people come to me and I ask them what they're eating healthy, but they're not eating enough protein. Yeah. So this is like the typical breakfast, oatmeal and berries for breakfast. While that sounds healthy, let's keep listening. Oh, chicken salad, chicken Caesar salad, and some kind of roast potatoes, rice, and veggies with dessert. That's kind of the typical template. While this may sound healthy, we're not loading enough protein at the very start. That will help you fall off the rails for the rest of your day. Why? Because then you are stressed and you're thinking about food, and this could lead to stress eating later. Yes. So we actually want to do the opposite approach. During the day, make protein like loaded up, especially for breakfast. And how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to load your protein at the beginning of the day. We're going to want to think about having 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal. I like 50 for breakfast. And something like eggs and egg whites, add that to your oatmeal. Or if you're having oatmeal and berries, add protein powder. Get 50 grams of protein powder in with your oatmeal. Then examine how you feel. So this is going to support the healthy blood sugar balance and your stress. Okay. So that would be number 3. Number 4, don't restrict your favorite foods. You want to be able to enjoy some of these. Okay. So let me ask you something. How does it feel when someone says you can't have something? You want it more, right? It's the same with these favorite foods and these like silly diets. We want to be able to incorporate these favorite foods into your daily meal plan so that you never feel deprived and you always, you don't feel like, uh, you feel safe because you're having things that you like. Okay. And you're entitled to that. All right. So, if not, and you may be someone who binge eats, maybe that's why, because you're depriving yourself too much. That's just not realistic. So how are we going to do this? Well, I like instead ofs. We can find healthy alternatives to things that we like. For example, if you like potato chips as much as I do, instead of regular potato chips, which are like highly inflammatory and not going to get us to our best health and body composition, I choose baked root vegetable chips and actually have it on the side, kind of like I'm having root vegetables. And that's what I'm having along with my meal. That's kind of my dessert. They're baked. They're not full of seed oils. Seed oils are inflammatory, which can actually lead to brain issues. So we want to make sure that we're having baked root vegetable. Add olive oil to it, your own olive oil. Okay, but not the regular potato chips. They're full of seed oils and it can lead to illness. Like bread, like I do. Well, I've created a savory bread recipe book. And for those that are watching this and you've made it this far, I have a zucchini bread recipe here as well as part of this handout. So if anyone wants this, just let me know and I will send you the handout and the recipe. Okay. It's what I have a lot. And it's so delicious. Okay. And it keeps me lean, fit, and healthy. And it will do the same for you. So number 5, we've gone through 4. Here's the 5th one. Find healthy ways to cope with stress. Hey, it's your opportunity to grow. You are a student of life. Just look at it that way. Okay. And you're faced with the challenge. You've got to go, okay, I'm up for this. What do I do? Find other ways to cope with stress. We know eating isn't working for you, like eating when you're not hungry or doing other things. Okay. So we want to find other ways. How are you going to do that? Well, I recommend getting outside in nature because nature heals. Nature is when you can tap into your intuition. And there's a lot of wisdom there, more than you know. And the more that you practice this, the better you get, the more that you trust yourself, the more that things turn around. Because actually the answer is here. Here we are looking outside. It's actually here. Okay. And the other thing is learn how to meditate. And we'd want to start the day this way. Again, thinking about like tapping in. What are the messages, right? Keeping yourself calm, thinking outside the box. Start the day that way, end the day that way. And also at night, ending the day with a calm sleep environment. Yeah, you want to protect your sleep. Okay, why are we forgetting about this? If you do, you are more apt to stay on your eating plan because you've had a good sleep and you're not stressed. The other one is stay connected to friends and family. Hey, relationships matter. That is the foundation to being a healthy human, is having healthy relationships. Even if you haven't spoke to them in a while, give them a ring. I mean, they would love to hear from you. All right, and just chat. Hey, so hopefully you found this helpful. 5 ways to stop stress eating and get your life back. My name is Michelle Hart again, and I am here for you. I will be posting these every week. Now that you're part of the Fit and Healthy community, we'll be getting these free trainings. And if you want to dive deeper, that's what we're here for too. So please comment below me, the word me, and we can jump on a call and our coach Lolita can help you get started with getting your life back to where you want it. She'll be asking you some questions, moving you into the right direction. So we do offer these as well. So I want to thank you so much for joining in today, and I will see you next week for another 10-minute tactic. And I want you to have a good rest of the day and take action. What is it? Pick 1 out of the 5 and do it.